Hi guys, Damien Collins here from Cheeky Monkey Squash, and today I have a question. In the modern game, is it more important to take the ball early, taking time away from our opposition, or is it more important to hit the ball accurately, keeping the ball tight against the walls and into the corners? Most coaches tend to focus on accuracy, structuring their sessions to be around 80% close-ended routines, such as continuous drives, both drives, service practice, etc., with the other 20% to be open-ended routines, such as three-quarter court, half court, game-based play. My other question is, have we as coaches been doing this the wrong way around? If we think about it, by practicing close-ended routines, we know exactly where that ball is going to land in practice. This enables us to react sooner and be able to get in the ideal position to play every shot during practice. One of the best ways to create more time for yourself and take time away from your opponent in a match is by getting to the ball and hitting the ball earlier. However, the downside of this is that you won't always be able to hit as accurately by striking the ball earlier. Often this means trying to volley the ball even if you're not in the ideal position you'd like to be in to play that ball. So what's the solution? I think in training we need to put more emphasis on how to read our opposition and taking the ball as early as possible. This could be done through playing more open-ended routines, and then we could use the close-ended routines to isolate a particular shot that might need working on. For example, let's say in an open-ended routine of three-quarter court, we notice our student is missing simple drop shots. We could then isolate the drop shot in a close-ended routine before moving back to an open-ended game-based routine. This would mean that the majority of the training session, the student has had to be reading the coach's body position, racket preparation, in order to anticipate the coach's next shot, which then translates over into a real game-based scenario. The other advantage of this is that as players, we would be less likely to develop patterns or habits that our opponent might be able to use in a match to be able to anticipate what shot we're playing next. This would be because if we were training in an open-ended routine such as three-quarter court or half court, and we start to develop set patterns or habits, our coach or training partner would be able to identify this straight away, and it would be obvious because they'd start moving to where they think you are hitting the ball earlier, applying more pressure to you in that open-ended routine, similar to what we get in an actual game. So we'd be able to identify and correct this at an earlier stage before getting on court in a match and playing our opponent with these habits or playing patterns. A common one we see is the straight drive straight off the serve. Now, if we were to do this in an open-ended routine and we'd notice that our training partner was coming across the middle of the court anticipating that straight drive, we'd be able to see it, correct it before we actually get into a match. So finally, back to our main question. Is it more important to hit the ball early or hit the ball accurately? I would argue that it is far more important to take the ball earlier, even if it does come at a short-term loss of some accuracy. The amount of time that you will gain and the amount of time that you will take away from your opponent easily outweighs any of the short-term accuracy losses that you may experience. The other thing to keep in mind with this is that the more that you push up the court and take the ball earlier, the better you will become at it. And in turn, the more that you push up the court and take the ball earlier, the more accurately you'll start hitting the ball as you're doing so. So in conclusion, always look to push up the court and take the ball as early as possible. This will take time away from your opponent and give yourself more time, as the pressure on your opponent will compound over the course of the match. This additional pressure that you will create on your opponent will outweigh any of the accuracy losses you may experience in the short term while you're getting used to the new pace of the game, your new pace of the game. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you something to think about in your own squash game. And like always, keep squashing, keep having fun, and hopefully I'll see you on a court sometime soon.